welcome to Grifter of the Week. I'm Caleb. Here's Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Hello to all of the angry nerds that have clicked onto this video, or yet to be angry nerds, I guess.
Right. Well, I feel like instantly hostile now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But whatever. I'm going first, and the grifter that I'm going to be doing is Elon Musk. What do you think about Elon?
I think Elon is our savior, if I'm being honest with you.
Right.
I think his hair is definitely real.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And for me, when I see that picture of him with his car that was like shitty, and now he's rich, it just fills me with so much
Yeah.
hope. And
Think he's going to go to Mars?
I think he's taking us with him.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Mars, the moon, you know.
Well, great. Your perspective will be really helpful then, as I cover him, because this is probably going to be the first grifter that we do who isn't really a grifter as much as...
Right. He's just an honest boy from an honest mining family.
He's not an honest guy, no.
What?
No. He does a bit of lying.
Oh my goodness.
He's managed to grift the public into thinking that he's Iron Man,
Right.
when he's not a scientist.
No.
He's not a genius unless you consider...
Well, he's a dreamer.
Sorry?
He's a dreamer.
What do you mean by that?
He dreams, and so do I, and that's why I like him, I think.
Well, yeah, but Elon's dreams seem to ignore health and safety legislation,
What?
and he seems to be willing to sacrifice as many people as he wants to achieve his dream of being the Emperor of Mars.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, let's just sort of get into an overview of Elon's life. Elon Reeve Musk. He's an entrepreneur and business magnate, according to Wikipedia.
Right.
Interestingly, Wikipedia does not list him as a scientist or an engineer.
No, do they list him as a dreamer?
No, they list him as an entrepreneur. Well, an entrepreneur kind of is a dreamer, isn't it?
I think so.
Someone with a dream.
Yeah.
He's 50 years old as of today, I think.
Mm.
He currently has an $172 billion net worth.
Fair.
So the question I first want to posit is, what has Elon actually done?
I think, the obvious ones is him founding all those companies.
Okay, which ones? What's your favorite company that he's founded?
My favorite company is probably X.com.
Yeah, okay, so X.com, you're Elon.
I do.
This guy knows Elon over here.
I'm an Elon super fan, what can I say?
Yeah, so he founded X.com.
I love Elon Musk. I love the MCU.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is my favorite actor, and I just love the idea of,
Because he's in Iron Man too, eh?
Is he?
Yeah, he's at like a party with that.
Oh,
Iron
no,
Man's
he's at the start with the racing.
Yeah. And Elon's just there, and I think
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. like shakes his hand or something.
And he's like, me and you are the same.
Yeah, well, because they are.
Yeah.
No, so X.com, he founded with two other people, one of them being one of his siblings. He had a 7% share.
What? But he co-founded it.
Well, when it was sold, he had a 7% stake, which net him, I want to say, $22 million.
Did it sell as X.com or as PayPal?
Yeah, so the CEO that took over after him focused the company primarily on PayPal, and then it changed to just be PayPal.
Right.
So to even credit PayPal to Elon Musk is probably not fair at all. He was a part of a team that made X.com that was primarily about sort of communicating with advertisers and making like a phone internet book. And then PayPal was just like a side thing. And then a new CEO that took over after Elon focused on PayPal, and then it just became PayPal.
Right.
But Elon, when PayPal was sold, still had enough, I think he had like 11% or something.
Right.
So then he received like $100 million for that.
Okay, well that's only one of the many companies he's founded.
What's another one?
The Boring Company.
The Boring Company. Okay, that's true. He did found the Boring Company.
There we go.
We can talk about the tunnels if you want.
Closed.
So the Boring Company, a lot of people might not know this about Elon because it's not as exciting as colonizing Mars or transforming cars into electric future and all that kind of stuff. But he also has a lot of side businesses. Mm-hmm. He's going to open.
He's a hustler. He's a natural-born hustler.
Well, that's how I view him. But a lot of people see him as like a billionaire who just wants to provide.
Well, he's trying to save us.
The thing that you got to understand about Elon is all of the things that he sells you is an after product for his goal of living on Mars.
Right.
He needs boring technology to live on Mars. So he's creating boring technology. And then as a side effect of that, he's gone, how can I make money off of this on Earth and siphon its resources before I bugger off?
Yeah.
And
By reinventing the subway.
Well, yeah. So what's that called? The Hyperloop? Is that
something like that? Yeah.
So he promised us like Futurama, sort of like suction tunnels or whatever.
Yeah.
And what we got was a literal tunnel.
Yeah.
Underground that you can drive a car under, but only in a very specific way.
Yeah, only a Tesla, I think.
Yeah, but and you don't. Yeah, it's just a subway system.
Yeah,
but it's very expensive, obviously.
Yeah,
and it's like just been branded to be futuristic because that's what Elon does. He only takes pre-existing things, brands them to be like cool, futuristic, spacey things, and then people buy them up because Elon's face is like.
Well, what about his cool flamethrowers?
Yeah, so he sold some promotional flamethrowers.
Not a flamethrower, I believe was the advertising.
Yeah. He's very creative, isn't he, old Elon? And people fucking love it, man. I don't think that there's anything wrong with being like a funny, edgy, weird businessman. Right. Because it's very successful, clearly, and he like is smart in terms of like knowing the market and like manipulating weird nerds into buying things that he says are cool.
Yeah.
He's smart at that. But he is not some sort of like doctor of physics and engineering.
Right. Well, then how did he invent Tesla?
Well, he didn't invent Tesla.
What? You better bloody knock this off.
Yeah, you see, I should try and pick people that you're not really familiar with because a lot of people don't know. Joel's like an Elon super fan.
I'm a super fan, and you're really, skirting the line here.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's in Rick and Morty, which I think was how you got introduced to him, right? You were like, you came into my room one day, you were like, Elon Musk is in my favorite show.
Yeah.
But they made him into Elon Tusk.
Yeah, he's got tusks. Well, listen, I'm a sucker for billionaires.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for wordplay. And I'm a sucker for deep, introspective adult cartoons. So,
Yeah,
it was like my holy trinity,
So he didn't found Tesla.
What?
No, he...
But all the articles say Tesla founder Elon Musk.
Well, here's what happened.
Okay.
He gave them a lot of money.
Right.
And then got made a co-founder retroactively.
That's not how founding things work.
No, it's not. But it is...
You mean to tell me that it was all a lie?
Yeah, it is. It's all a lie.
Oh, no.
He doesn't have tusks. He's not a genius. No! Yeah.
My hero.
Yeah, well, and you might think to yourself, well, they made him a co-founder because of all the science that he did on the electric cars.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that he did not invent the electric car.
No.
He did not do any substantial work on an electric car to make it affordable at all.
Right.
He has... His patents on his name are only to a door and how it opens on the car.
Yeah. And important. How else are you going to get in?
Well, sure, but he's not inventing anything with that, is
right.
he? And the only other thing is a charging port. So what?
You've shattered my universe.
Well, yeah, because there is one element of genius that a lot of people listening are going to try and claim of Elon. And that's that he is an edgy meme lord who...
He is the meme master, yeah.
Yeah, who goes on Twitter and like, oh my God, it's 420 days after 69 again.
Yeah. But see, that's the type of just hilarious Rick and Morty-esque humor. They're just warm. It's like chicken soup for the memer's soul.
Well, yeah, it just shows that he's not an out-of-touch billionaire, but he's
down with the kids.
He's really cool and funny. So Dogecoin, right?
Yeah.
Elon's been accused of harming Bitcoin.
Yeah, he did that thing where you couldn't pay with Bitcoin because of environmental issues, and then they
so he basically stopped you being able to buy Tesla stocks and cars and shit with Bitcoin because he deemed it to be too environmentally unfriendly.
He's a hero, dude. He's like Iron Man, Batman, he's here to save us.
I don't trust Elon as an environmentalist because he seems really desperate to get the fuck off of the planet that he seems to know is going really bad.
What was the eco rating on the emerald mines?
What mines?
The emerald mines.
He's not a miner. What do you do?
No, his father was an emerald miner.
His father was an emerald miner. I thought that he just worked really hard as a student and that's how he got into his riches.
He did work really, really hard. Being the son, you know how stressful it is to manage a mine?
Tell me about it.
You're there all day, sweat dripping down your back as you have to watch all of these poor people pickaxe fucking emeralds for you, and you got to take that home with you. There's no way that stress stays out the door. He takes that home with him. Elon has to sit there and listen to his dad talk.
Yeah,
I really feel for him, man.
Well, yeah, you got to feel for Elon, man. He comes home after a long day of work.
Yeah,
right. He's trying to get into his front door apartment.
Yeah.
It's dark. He can't see. He's exhausted. No. He's trying to look through his pockets for his key.
Yeah.
But all he can keep pulling out is just emeralds.
Yeah.
Emeralds after emeralds. He's fumbling around. He can't find his key to get inside.
Keep track of all of this?
So after threatening Bitcoin, Anonymous has come out and threatened him publicly by saying that they've hacked him and that they're going to destroy his public image if he doesn't stop his assault on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I have a long-standing vitriol for Anonymous. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about Anonymous?
Well, it's a bit of a yin-yang situation. On one hand, it's like to have a group that has so much power that, is not accountable for any of the actions they take is like a bit of a moral dilemma, but on the other hand, their masks are so cool,
Well, yeah, I'd like to think that a pre-V for Vendetta Anonymous is probably like a cool organization.
What mask do you think they'd wear in like an alternate universe where V for Vendetta like hasn't been made?
Well, I guess Dream would have to
Dream, yeah.
would have to come out.
That's what the mask is.
So yeah, they've threatened him again. Like it's happened twice very recently, and I'm not sure whether they intend to follow up with it. I don't know how they could destroy Elon's public image any more than...
He is Iron Man, dude. He's got like, supervillains after him.
Anonymous being supervillains, is that...
Maybe, I didn't say that.
It sounds like you said
Who said that?
You're going to get us DDoSed, man.
I didn't say that.
By the mask.
Well, I have to get through my Cloudflare first, man.
Here's one that absolutely won't be cut. Elon's had 3 wives. He's married the second one twice as well.
Nice.
So he's technically had...
Been married 4 times.
4 marriages.
Yeah.
Right. With his first wife at their wedding, he whispered in her ear while they were dancing, "I am the author of this relationship."
Hell yeah.
And the problem with that is that there's a whole bunch of people listening to this right now who are going,
"Fuck you.
That's fucking epic.
That's epic.
That's
dude.
my man.
That's an epic win, to be honest with you. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, that's an epic win.
If he's going to be married to her, he needs to tell her exactly how it is."
Absolutely. He's also like absolutely like what's the opposite of radicalized?
De-radicalized.
Yeah, he's de-radicalized Grimes.
What do you mean he's de-radicalized?
Grimes used to be like a communist. She used to have like socialist or communist or one of those like identifying tags in her bio, and then she like removed it, and now she has the whole like Elon Musk is like a benevolent guy that's trying to save us. And
how do you switch from like a collectivist mentality to like one man is going to be the emperor of Mars? Like that's fucking nuts.
I can only draw one conclusion: that my hero Elon Musk has a banging cock.
I don't know, man.
An absolute peace.
Well, he likes threesomes, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've heard rumors of that. Yeah.
Well, look, we don't want to make him out to be some sort of cool Chad guy.
What do you mean? He's Iron Man.
No, he's a
Have you seen Iron Man? Have you seen Iron Man?
I've seen Iron Man.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is a genius who invents time travel and then like goes, "Oh my god,"
Oh shit! I just tried it for 1 second and I've solved it.
Elon is not doing that. He's paying someone else to do it and then literally putting a patent on the time travel machine so that he can make money off of it.
Well, Batman
tweeting memes about time travel.
Batman doesn't invent, all of his tools. He gets
no, but he is a genius, though.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
you are.
Same as Elon.
What? No, but
I couldn't possibly compare.
Bruce Wayne's not just a marketing genius, is he?
Well, no, he like fights crime and shit like that. Detective.
Does Elon do that?
He could.
Could he?
If we were having this conversation about Bruce Wayne, you'd have no idea.
That's a good point. He's also insisted that the chances that we are in what Elon calls base reality.
Oh yeah.
Is 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
So do you want to explain that for people?
No. You can though.
No, you understand it though. I probably you've got the commoner's voice,
Nah, you should explain it.
I'm like the smug liberal elite.
Yeah, and I'm more like
you're down.
I'm the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so tell me about base reality.
Base reality. Well, it's like simulation theory, right?
Yeah.
Feel free to interrupt me and take over at any time. But the chance of us being like the original people that like make simulations, but we're not in one, is 1 in a billion. That's his like claim.
And what do you think about that?
I think he's right.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's like that episode, as I'm going to call back to my favorite TV show of all time, it's like, in Rick and Morty when, there's multiple, like, he keeps, Rick, who is like my hero, I think, keeps on, tricking those aliens and thinking that they're in base reality, but they're not. They're in Rick's mind.
I mean, I'm not going to say that this is a closed debate or anything like that, but I've seen a lot of scientists say that that is not true. Yeah. And it's the chances that we're in a simulation are almost zero.
Well, I'd like to see the math on that.
I don't think you could comprehend the math.
It's a bold claim. Try me.
Well, we'll settle that debate later.
Right.
Elon's recently, and by recently I mean very, very recently, complimented China on their economic sort of prosperity.
Yeah.
Sort of further showing that he really is only interested in like progressing the human race at any cost. And like that's being generous. I'm saying human race and not just him.
Right.
He doesn't give a fuck what like is left behind. He doesn't give a shit about all the people in China who are like suffering. He doesn't give a fuck about people who want to unionize. He constantly
unionize.
Yeah. Don't you say the word unions around Elon or he'll get angry.
Listen, I'm a company man.
It's no memes. He doesn't 42069 if you say the word union around him.
No, he doesn't.
He gets very pissed off.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him, man.
Why?
Elon, I'll challenge you to an MMA fight right now.
No. Well, you'd lose.
I don't think I would, man.
He'd put on like a what's it called? A fucking
an exoskeleton?
Yeah. What's it, like Elysium?
No, yeah, you suck. You're not an alpha.
What are you talking? Well, I've always thought of him more of as a Sigma male.
What's that?
Sigma male is someone, like me or Elon. That's like, so we could be an alpha male if we wanted to, but
you're not. You're not an alpha.
We're like a lone wolf,
So you're like
we forge our own path.
You don't have friends.
What?
You're not a part of the community.
No, we would. I mean, no.
You're right.
Would you say that Hercules is lonely?
No, but he's an alpha.
Not. No, he's a Sigma male.
What makes you say that?
You know who's the ultimate Sigma male? Jesus Christ.
I wasn't seeing that coming.
He was rejected by all, and he was right. And I guess if I'm going to draw any, comparisons, maybe we leave Iron Man and Batman behind, and maybe Elon is more like a Jesus type character.
Well, he's willing to sacrifice for the greater good of humanity, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's going to show us the new world. And he's willing to build institutions that support pedophiles.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably enough fucking Elon for one day.
Is that all you have?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to...
Well, I mean, you haven't changed my mind, man.
What do you mean I haven't changed your mind?
I need some concrete...
You haven't got any... You have nothing
that
Elon has done that's positive at all.
Well, let me think for 1 second.
Like, I can give you some positive things that Elon's done, okay?
Go on.
When Puerto Rico gets hit with a hurricane, he gives a portion of his resources to... sort of keep their electricity grid going.
Mm-hmm.
He is technically advancing electric technology, which is good for the environment.
Absolutely.
To take those facts and to say that Elon Musk cares about the environment is wrong. It's stupid. You can't just selectively take all the information you want to make Elon Musk look cool and ignore the fact that he...
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
This broadcast seems to me like it's on the Gotham airwaves and you're the Joker and you've like taken over like a radio, you've at gunpoint taken over a radio station, you're broadcasting anti-Batman propaganda. That's what that feels like to me.
Sorry, I just have to process what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like the Joker.
You're the Joker, yeah.
Did you say Gotham City? Is that a real place?
Gotham City.
Is that... Sorry, I'm just not like overly familiar with the DC comics.
Right. But you knew it was DC.
I knew Batman.
Yeah.
Well, I know Batman's a detective comic, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, nice.
No, the public opinion of Elon is not the public opinion of Batman.
That's not true.
Elon doesn't fight crime.
That you know of,
He just fucking tweets memes, man.
Yeah, I'm sure Bruce Wayne would have been fucking 4tweeting it up all the time.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think Bruce Wayne would have said to everyone that COVID is going to end by April and that you shouldn't be worried about it.
Yeah.
I don't think that Batman would have publicly
stop tweeting Master Wayne.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't think Batman would have anything to do... he wouldn't tweet about vaccines. He wouldn't tweet about cryptocurrency. He wouldn't tweet about... like,
can I has a cheeseburger, Master Wayne?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I guess, like, Batman has Alfred, who sort of runs his personal life. Yeah. Elon would have, like, an Alfred who runs his, like, Twitter and his social media accounts, right? 420 Master Wayne. It'd be exactly like that.
The problem, Master Wayne, is that these tokens are non-fungible. You can't funge them, Master Wayne.
I learned about it on Joe Rogan, Master Wayne.
Well, is there any other evidence you want to bring to the table, or?
I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to have changed the minds of any like hardcore Elon fans. I'm hoping that people who just hear Elon Musk, you mean that like futuristic tech billionaire. As long as you know that he's just a billionaire, I'm happy.
That's mission accomplished for you.
Yeah, because he's not. I really need to stress he's not a grifter in the sense that he's like lying to profit.
Off, yeah.
He's a grifter in the sense that he's managed to give himself. He's a massive dorky nerd. He belongs in that social category, and he's grifted his way out of it.
Right.
He's like Big Bang Theory'd his way out of it.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
I suppose that brings it to me.
Yeah, this is exciting because a lot of like right-wing mega nerds have probably flocked here because of the Elon content, and now they're also going to see your person.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm not making excuses.
Okay.
I had a very, very busy week. I ran into a bit of a problem where I didn't quite have enough time to research the person I said that I was going to do.
Hillary Clinton.
Which was Hillary Clinton, yeah.
You've changed from Hillary.
I've changed from Hillary. But here's the thing.
Man, I literally spent like 2 hours in the shower before I came here thinking about jokes about Hillary Clinton.
Well, here's the thing. I've realized this show, we're in episode 3, and I think I've been thinking too small. Usually what would happen, I pick a historical biography.
Yeah.
You pick a more like modern, like, scam-based one.
Yeah.
I go first, then it's you. Right. And I ran out of time, to research. And I thought, let's go big, man. Let's really fucking kick this door wide open. And I thought, but I don't have enough time to research this. Who could I pick, or what could I pick that just in my heart I just had everything loaded up? And I thought to myself, what group of people, without doing any research,
group of people,
just ammunition for days, for too long?
What's going on?
These bastards have held us down. They've put in this like big brother little brother relationship.
Did you get fucked up before you started?
And I'm done. I'm finished with this. All right.
So for people who don't know, this is the Australian national anthem.
This is the Australian national anthem, and by God, oh wait. Griffs. It's all right.
Okay.
That was the only.
So which Australian are you bringing to the chopping block?
All of them.
All of them.
The entire nation of Australia is on my shit list, dude.
How much time have we got? Jesus Christ.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Isn't this... We're like a neighbouring country with Australia. And
oh, yeah. Listen, man. Here are some fun facts about Australia.
I feel like what you've done is you've been tasked with researching Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
I've been under the impression that you were doing Hillary Clinton, so I go out and get some Elon Musk material to contrast it.
Yeah.
And then now you've looked up some facts about Australia and you're trying to peddle them to me on the podcast to not do any work.
Here are some fun facts.
I'm starting to think you're the fucking grifter of this.
Whoa.
All right.
Whoa.
Tell me this.
When I'm done laying through Australia's crimes.
Yeah. All right, well, fine.
All right. I will say, though, that I'm not going to get into like any of the serious things that Australia's done.
The White Rabbit Fence.
Because they're just, absolute genocide of the longest standing civilization of this earth. And, all of that stuff just doesn't really go for funny podcast fodder. So I'm just going to stick to the more superficial grifts and slights that I perceive against us.
Australia as a nation.
As an entire country from fucking beginning to right now.
Okay.
Past, present, and future, right? But I thought I'd start with some fun facts about Australia. Australia is the oldest, flattest, and least fertile continent in the world, excluding, of course, your mum. It's the Tonight Show now, baby.
What's going on?
Welcome to last week with Stephen Colbert. The kangaroo and emu were chosen to be the two animals on the Australian coat of arms because they can't walk backwards, reflecting a forward-thinking culture. That's one of those sit-up is the same as the punchline type jokes there. And finally, this is my favorite fact out of all of them. I think this one would tickle you. Australia is home to the largest cattle station in the world, and it's actually bigger than the entire country of Israel. Or rather, it was when I began that sentence. Now, let's be clear. Politics aside, no matter where you stand, it is an objective fact that Israel's territories grow larger every year. That's an objective fact.
Okay.
That is not a political statement. That is an objective fact.
Joel.
Yeah.
This Grifter of the Week is the name of the show.
Yeah, and Australia is the
taken that as a platform to criticize Australia as a nation, and now you're just going for Israel as a nation as well.
I'm not. All I said is that Israel is a country that's getting larger. Now, Caleb, here's a quick question for you. Where were you born?
Palmerston North Hospital.
You would consider yourself from New Zealand, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know.
If you were to become famous, what would it be? Broadcast, music, comedy? What's your...
Probably like philosophy.
Philosophy, right.
Thinking.
If you were to say move to London and become a famous philosopher, you'd still be from New Zealand, correct?
Yeah.
Even though you became famous in England, right?
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
With that logic, can you explain to me what the fuck Farlap Skinner's doing in Melbourne?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Let's talk about Farlap.
Because we got his bones, they have his skin and his heart, and Te Papa, which was disgustingly titled the New Zealand Museum on Australia's like official website.
Ooh.
Which is fucked.
Bit racist.
That's not what it's called. It's
Don't
called
like
Te
that.
Papa.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We lent them the bones one time for the anniversary.
Have they ever lent us the skin?
Never has the skin, except for when he was born, been on this soil.
Well, yeah, except for when he was a living horse.
Yeah.
Because he's a New Zealand horse.
He's a New Zealand horse.
Fuck that.
For people that don't know who Farlap is, first of all, I'm sorry that your life has been so empty up until this point. But let me just read through some like Wikipedia-esque facts about him. He was a chestnut gelding, don't know if that's how you pronounce that, born on the 4th of October, 1926, near Timaru in the South Island of New Zealand. Now, I'm no geography major, but it seems to me that Timaru in the South Island of New Zealand is not a place in Australia.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
I mean, it's in the South Island, so it's only half a place in New Zealand. But
Right. Sydney trainer Harry Telford persuaded American businessman David J. Davis to buy Farlap based on his pedigree. And then Telford's brother Hugh, who lived in New Zealand, brought him at auction for a mere 160 guineas. Okay?
Jesus.
They've essentially...
It's the same amount of guineas my parents have killed.
In the 4 years of his racing career... that's really good. In the 4 years of his racing career, Farlap won 37 of the 51 races he entered, including the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
Farlap's emergence as a champion coincided with the onset of the Great Depression in 1929.
You know...
Yeah.
I was a little bit annoyed that you hadn't done any work.
Oh, no.
But you brought up Farlap, and I am really passionate about that goddamn skin.
Here's the thing, Caleb. I've not spent this week many hours researching my topic, but my entire life been building up a mental dossier.
A hatred for drongos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Farlap's skin that a lot of people don't know is that it's a historical...
Absolutely.
It matters.
It matters.
A lot of people they haven't heard of the Tasmanian horse. But what the Australians did is they took Farlap's skin. Obviously, it looks like a horse. They had some Australians climb inside, and then... At Australia, at Scott Morrison, you're socially, politically, 15 years behind.
Yeah, definitely.
What's up with that, man? Also, what's a wog?
Well...
If you're Australian and you know what a wog is...
Listen, I'm so glad you brought that up. Australians are a deeply racist people, least of all to my Italian brother and sisters, you know?
Oh, yeah. Joel is what % Italian?
Sorry?
What percentage Italian are you?
You tell me.
Should we do an ancestry video or something like that?
I'd love to do that. If you... it costs like $200. It's the only reason I haven't done it. Here's another animal-themed grift. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of the platypus?
Yes.
Not real.
Definitely real.
Let me dive into this.
What are you basing this
platypus...
on? What do you mean?
The platypus is a fake animal that Australia fabricated in order to get tourism to their country. And that's a fact.
Not true.
Well, let me describe what a platypus is to you then. The platypus is an egg-laying, duck-billed, beaver-tailed, otter-footed mammal that tracks its prey through electroreception and has a poisonous spur on the back of his foot.
Yeah, they sweat milk.
And they sweat milk. Okay?
Yep.
It sounds to me like an animal that your fucking cousin would invent in kindergarten, and you have to pretend that he's not fucking stupid.
Right. But
Can you prove to me that the platypus is real?
Well, in the same way that you couldn't prove to me that the Holocaust is real.
Yeah, because there are photos of it.
There are photos of platypus.
Not that I've seen. All doctored. If you zoom in, the grain and the...
Yeah,
listen, I'm a photographic expert, and I've not seen a video
There's so
or photo
much
of a platypus.
fucked up shit in Australia.
Yeah.
I was talking to these cunts who are in Australia recently.
Yeah.
And one of them has a snake handling qualification.
Right.
I'd love to get him on this podcast, actually.
A snake handling qualification.
He has a qualification in snake
I think
handling.
the listener's mum also has a snake handling qualification.
Maybe you should come up with like a name for like the average listener so that you don't have to keep awkwardly
Well, I just want to make it clear. I'm not talking about your mum.
But like, let's just pick one person that we know who's going to listen to this.
No, another thing Australia has tried to take from us is they claim to have invented the flat white when we invented the flat white.
Is that true?
We invented the flat white.
I was told Australia invented flat white as well.
Their claim is that they invented it, right? But their version, and they came up with the name. I give them that. They were the first people to call a coffee flat white, right?
Okay.
But what their flat white was just a long black with like a splash of cold milk in it. The real flat white, as we know it today, was invented by Derek Townsend in 1981.
Oh!
When he brought an espresso machine from an Italian restaurant and started what he calls New Zealand's first real cafe. He then started offering flat whites at the Australian version, but then started experimenting with using hot milk, eventually landing on the technique we all know today as a flat white.
Yeah. Okay, well, I did think Australia had invented that.
Because they've got a higher GDP than us.
Yeah.
Right? They're a richer nation.
That's
giant dick points is what that is.
I was going to say gay degradation points, but I thought degradation was too long.
Right. No, but that is
They don't like gay people in Australia.
Absolutely not.
Moving on.
Their pockets are so deep and their propaganda is so widespread.
How do you... the Anzacs.
Yeah. We invented that biscuit, by the way.
Is that true?
That is true.
What did they do, man? What do you do?
The only thing they fucking invented is Wheat Bix. They invented Wheat Bix.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
I'm actually pretty sure is a New Zealander as well, but like claims Australian.
Well, he moved there when he was young enough that he identifies.
Yeah, but so did Farlap.
Australia. Farlap didn't identify as Australian. He never said anything of the sort.
I don't think Russell Crowe gets to say he's not a New Zealander.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to use Israel Adesanya as an example. There's a difference between being something and being from represented, right? So Israel Adesanya is from Nigeria, but he's a New Zealander. And I honestly think that if you move to New Zealand from any country and you call it your home, within one day, I'm happy to call you a New Zealander. But you're always from the country you were born.
What about Kim.com?
Yeah, sure. My girlfriend is from Dubai, right? But she's a New Zealander.
Did you watch his last fight?
The last Israel fight I watched was with you.
Do you normally root for Izzy to win?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you are pro-Israel. We should move on.
Yeah. Finally, I want to address the worst thing that Australia's done to us, besides having a vastly inferior immigration scheme. My final slight is when they stole our goddamn flag. Let me run you through it.
Wait, we came second though, didn't we?
No.
I can't tell whether you're platypussing me right now.
How dare you? Our flag...
But we've got the extra dot.
No, they have. Our flag...
Oh my, that's stupid.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Our flag was designed... Because they have the stars of the original...
If they've got the extra dot, then yeah, they definitely came second. Yeah.
Our flag was designed by Lieutenant Albert Hastings Markham in 1869 and was made the official flag of New Zealand in March 1902. Keep those dates in your mind.
All right.
Under the Ensign and Code Signals Bill. Let me be clear. At the time, you had to have the blue background with the
Union Jack
in the corner and then whatever else you wanted, right?
So all he did was put 4 dots on a...
So we
map.
We picked blue background, Union Jack, Southern Cross.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
Yeah.
Right? Australia became independent in 1901 and held a competition for their flag design, right? So technically, they were flying theirs before. But they didn't make it their official flag until 1954. 52 years after we made ours our official flag. Okay?
Well, I don't...
And the person that designed the Australian flag was from Otago.
I think the only fair thing to do is for us to both give up our flags and to just put something culturally significant about our countries on the flag. So we'll just change it to have like a silver fern or like a kiwi or some shit on our flag. And they can put...
Yeah, we'll cut that out for sure. So yeah, man.
The old reliable. Man.
They've taken so much from us. Their lies, their deceit.
Corks on their hat.
Oh my God, it's just all too much for me, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. And I know the whole like New Zealand versus Australia thing is like such a tired cliche, but this is not a joke. This is real fucking life, dude. And I'm sick of their bullying, of their lying.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't take it anymore. And so I had to come on here and just really passionately speak on these issues. And, I'll take the criticism that perhaps this wasn't as well researched, or I may not have spent as much time. And hey, this may not even strictly be within the confines of this podcast.
Yeah. Well, okay.
But I will not take the criticism that I've not thought this through.
I don't know. I mean, I can't wait.
I say all of this with no facetiousness. This comes from the heart. This comes from the mind. This comes from the soul.
No, I can't wait to see what you bring next week. Maybe fucking lollipop sticks or the concept of anger.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to see in which way you just ignore.
Well, listen,
the rules of the show. Should I stop asking you what you're gonna do? Because
we should start surprising each other, I think.
Yeah, man.
So let's rank these.
Yeah.
Let's add to the leaderboard, all right? Number 1, we have Almir, the art fraudster. Number 2, I believe we have Kevin Trudeau, the facetious book writer. Number 3, I believe we had
Alan Conway.
Yep, the fake Stanley Kubrick. And I'm just gonna say at the bottom, where he'll remain,
Billy the Loser Mitchell.
I suppose we have to slot in Australia somewhere, maybe number 1, and then Elon Musk wherever you want, I guess.
Well, it's kind of hard to rate an entire nation against one man.
So what you are saying to me is that they're such big grifters that they're just immeasurably at the top. Therefore...
Well, let me start by asking myself, who do I hate more, Elon Musk or Australia?
Right.
If I could hit a button...
Yeah.
And one of them is gone.
Right.
What would I hit?
Right.
And my inner patriot is saying that we need that skin.
Yeah, we need that skin.
We need that skin,
We
man.
can't risk it. We can't risk it.
Yeah, I'm going to nuke Australia off the map, and we're taking that skin back for our...
Yeah. Well, we take the skin first.
Okay, Australia above Elon, but I really don't want to let Elon off lightly here.
No.
I want to say that Elon has to be higher than Kevin. Almir.
I like Almir.
I like Almir as well. He's just a chill art guy. How about Almir, Australia, Elon, Kevin, Alan Conway, some guy that I don't even remember is pathetic. Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, sorry. Did you mean... Was that who you were talking about?
Yeah, and his mates as well.
Oh, his mates. And...
Yeah.
Those guys?
Those guys.
All right, perfect. Here's one. If you email us, grifteroftheweek@gmail.com, we'll read it out. No matter what you send, we'll read it out.
If it's a spirited defense of Elon Musk,
we'll read it out.
We'll read it out.
Will I censor certain words that I foresee maybe being sent to us? Probably. But I will, every email that we receive from a fan.
If you're a company, it would be a way, way, way cheaper for you to just send an ad script to us.
Yeah, because we have to read it now, we promise.
Then it would be to pay for an ad.
Well, how about we end this by singing the New Zealand national anthem?
Right. There ain't nothing like a crown.
All right, you ready? God, the soothing sounds. Because the Australian anthem should be like, "We are Australian." There should be in that voice, you know? Oh, yeah, dude. Ooh. We've got like a beat, dude. Cheer, cheer. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. Show some respect, man. Put your hand on respect. Your heart.
Eoa atua ona iwi matora atafakarona me aroha no.
Are we going to do the whole... Kia kote pai.
With auto-tune.
Mana ki te amai Aotearoa. This is Joel's bit.
Which is the real name of our country.
Are you ready? Joel's taking his shirt off. Oh, it doesn't have the haka in the middle.
God this is bullshit. Of nations at thy feet.
I don't sing this part.
In the oh, that woke me.
I choose to sit this part out every time.
I can't believe it. All right, thanks for listening.